We still have Professor Ibekwe in the house with us. So far, it's been a very interesting discussion. Prof has been really gracious. He brought some equipment in to teach us, to show us what to expect during the screening of a newborn. So, Prof, could you please walk us through some of these devices and what new parents can expect? Because I'm sure a lot of parents will be very afraid. Are they going to choke something into my child's ear? Just show us what you have in store for us.
All right. Thank you very much. Basically, the world-acclaimed and acceptable instrument used for this is called the otoacoustic emission. That's what I'm holding. It's just as simple as this. It's a screening device. So what you do is that you plug this. It has an ear plug that looks like this. You connect it to this end, put it on, and put it into the ear of the child. And when you put on the screen, it will show pass. It shows pass comes, that tells you yes, that ear is functional. Okay, it shows referred, that tells you that ear is not picking sound. All right, this is not a magic wand. It is utilized basically on what the ear is made of, the anatomy of the ear. Okay, because inside the ear actually serves two functions. Apart from hearing, the ear also controls balance. So there are two basic organs inside the ear. Right. This, the one that looks like shell, is the organ for hearing. It's called cochlea. Then these ones that look like ring are basically organ for balance. The semicircular canal, the auditive system, and all those. But this is what we concentrate on. This shell-like shaped organ, inside it, it has very sensitive elements that we call hair cells. So these hair cells, they are able to discharge electrical impulses on their own. In every normal person, you have the internal and the external hair cells, especially the external ones. So when they're discharging these electrical impulses, okay, in a functional ear, this machine, the otoacoustic emission, is able to pick it up. So once it picks it up, it tells you, yeah, this ear is functional. Once there is none coming, it will say refer, it's not showing. All right?
That's simple.
That is simple. It's not painful, it's not nauseous, no injection, nothing to be choked on the child. As simple as that. And while you're doing it, the child, whether the child is sleeping or awake, you can do it. It doesn't cause any harm, it doesn't cause any injury. So once you do this and the child passes, that is interesting, then you know, fine. But if the child is referred, you don't stop at that. Okay, we'll still move ahead. We'll give the child some weeks, because in some children, it may take some weeks to be able to, get those senses common. So within 2 to 6 weeks, you repeat it again. And this is very easy, because assuming a child is delivered in a hospital and you carry out this screening before they go, when they are coming for their routine immunization, you do that again. For those that passed initially when they are delivered, you don't bother. You know that at least the function is there. But during their routine immunization, you recheck those that were referred, those that did not pass initially. So you pick these things early. For those that are referred, they fail twice, then you know that there must be a problem. If you want, you can step up. All right. There's another machine that you can also use to do further investigations. That will help you now to define exactly where is the problem coming from, because it varies. So maybe due to infections that are acquired by mothers during their pregnancy. So those mothers that were sick, that ran fever, and all those will take it serious or got admitted for any reason. All right. Okay, so we call those the common one touch infections, depending on the organism that cause them.
We've learned a lot so far. It is important for you to screen your child when your child is born, so that we can preempt problems that might come in. We still have Prof in the studio with us. We will be right back after this break. In this day and age, we have young people who walk around with very fashionable looking earpieces. Now, music is fantastic. I love music. You probably love music, oldies. Yes. Now, it's important for us to understand the dangers of these earpieces. Could you please just give us a run through on the kind of dangers that they pose to us?
All right, thank you very much. Well, let's look at the model of the ear very briefly. This is what a lot of people refer to as the ear. That's the pinna, where they hang their ornaments and all those. But beyond that, the real ear is really embedded inside the brain. If you look at here, there's a hole, okay? through which sound is transmitted. So this sound goes through that channel all the way down. You'll hit bang on this eardrum. This is the eardrum looking at us. You can see the channel. All the sound is transmitted from this eardrum now to the tiny bones that is in the middle ear. So over here it gets to the inner ear. In the inner ear, that's where this sound is converted to electrical energy, which is here. Okay? Once it's converted to electrical energy in the cochlea, through this, which is like live wire, is now transmitted to the brain for interpretation. So that's in a nutshell how the ear works. And for this reason, what these people they do, especially the youth, is that they put this earplug. It completely occludes the canal. All right? They put it here, then the other end is connected to their listening device or their music producing device. And what this means is that there is a complete seal of this outer ear. So all the sound coming from this music is channeled to bang on this eardrum. And everything is taken wholly like that, unfiltered, unattenuated, taken wholly into the brain. And most of the time, the magnitude, the frequency of the sound generated in this manner is higher than the recommended level that the system tolerates.
So what is the recommended level?
Okay, very fine. So the environmental noise during the day, the WHO recommends about 55 decibel. That's what the environmental noise should be. During the night, it reduces by 10. You have like 45 decibel as recommended level. All right, so it's worthy of note that sometimes sounds you get within disco halls, okay, and theaters and musicals and all those displays.
Disco halls being clubs.
Yes,
concerts.
Very good. And be as high as 85 decibel. And this 85 decibel is injurious to the health. Once we're exposed to sound as loud as 85 decibels for 8 hours, that ear stands a very high chance of being completely knocked off. Then 100 decibel, just 15 minutes exposure. And to just bring the information closer home, 100 decibel is the magnitude of sound that is generated by aircrafts that are about taking off.
Okay.
So you can imagine people that walk within the tarmacs, where airports and all this. So if you're exposed to this 100 decibel for 15 minutes continuously, the chances of that ear losing its hearing is very, very high. And do you know that within our environment here in Abuja, Abuja is regarded as a very serene city. We just made very important findings. That around the Jabi area, where you have the Jabi market and the motor park interposed together, that the sound level there was seen to be as high as 91 decibel. So you can see what we're talking about. And people end their living from morning till night over there. So back to the musical devices. So because this one completely seals off, so you don't lose anything, everything is channeled. But assuming that you use these less fashionable ones that has like corks, so you can see that it doesn't give that complete seal. Some of the sounds are emitted out. Yes, emitted out, and so you don't start at much risk. Very good, just like the one you have now. You don't start at much risk as you stand when you use this particular one. And World Health Organization is advising that you should not use this more than 1 hour in a day. More than 1 hour.
What if we reduce the volume?
The volume.
Is it possible that, because young people love to listen to music for hours, if we reduce the volume, is it possible that we can use it for longer?
If you reduce the volume, yes, it's very, very possible, and it will be very, very useful. But you know one thing? People who have been on this for a very long time, because they are gradually losing their hearing. So what you call normal reduction to them, the level that they hear now, is very high for a normal person.
It was a pleasure having you in the studio. Very informative discussion, and I believe Nigerians are definitely happy.
Thank you for that.
That was Professor Ibekwe, the head of the Department of the Ear, Nose, Throat, Head and Neck, very huge responsibility, Department of the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital.